Welcome back, returning subscribers, and welcome new viewers. This is my little corner where I love to sit down and discuss all things knit and crochet. So, hope you all had a wonderful week last week. We sure did. Had a nice ladies' soup and sandwich luncheon at church, and I made a couple of things for the dessert auction. Raised a little money there. It was for charity. So it was a good week. It was a good ending, or I should say on Sunday, the beginning of a good week. And weather-wise here, we are warming up a little bit here in northern Illinois. Today is going to be around 60 degrees and sunny, so can't complain about that. It's getting that time of year to where I've got an inkling to go do some things out in the garden. I know it's early, but the ground is thawing, so I can at least get in there and pull out what needs to be pulled out and dig up the ground with my spade a little bit. So I've got all my garden in planter beds. They're galvanized tubs, and it does wonderful that way. So much easier to do that now in my older age than when I was young and could run a tiller and just done it the regular way. So hope you all are doing well and that you are all healthy and safe from severe weather. I have two finished objects to share with you this week. Last week I had said that I really wanted to finish my Advent shawl. This was from leftover yarn that I had from my Advent sweater. Last Christmas, I had done an Advent opening where I had opened each little mini skein and I had knitted a sweater. I don't have that here, but I have shown it in previous. You'll have to go back to January or February to see that finished object. And I just used brown for the background color. I still... confession time, I still have not woven in all the ends of that sweater yet because it's kind of getting warm for sweaters a little bit now. And I have not worn it, only maybe once. But it'll get a lot of use this fall. All right, with that being said, here I'm going to show you my Advent leftover yarn. And I've done a granny stripe shawl. And it is all finished. I started at the top up here and made a chain going across and then a half double crochet for the first row and then started with the granny stitch. If you are an intermediate crocheter, you know the granny stitch. And then just every row I increased a granny. I made this nice triangular. So it's long in the beginning and then each side comes out wider and wider. And when you wear it, it goes around you better with this shape. And in the front, if I was to put, and I will back this up a bit. And in the front, if I was to pin it, I'll get it straight here. It will have this nice... See how that lays in the front if I was to pin it up here? Very nice, in fact. I'm going to scoot my chair back. There, you can see the whole thing. And it comes down not too low in the back, about right to here, which is perfect, for this time of year with it warming up and all. Yeah, if you take one end over the other and then pin it there, and the way that stripe lays, I love that. I love the way that looks. So I don't have a pin right here right now, but that's how that would look. So it turned out quite nicely. I am well pleased with the results. Now I have to scoot everything forward again. Hope we're not too close. We might be a little too close for comfort. But there that is. So I am very pleased with it. Diligently finished it. I said last week I wanted to finish at least two things, and two things I finished. So this was one of them. Getting a little warm because I have another sweater on. This one, if you're a longtime viewer, you'll know that I designed this. This stitch is the brioche crochet with a lace insertion. And I have it in my playlist. If you want the pattern for this, you're interested in this, I will show you close up of it. It's just a vest. I started by doing I crocheted this way. So if you turn it this way, that's how it goes. And I'm wearing it sideways, but I crocheted it this way and made 2 panels and then sewn them together. And then for the shoulders up here, I put in lace insertion coming up so far that would make a neck opening, because this is the back panel and this is the front panel, but right in here, the front panel has the lace insertion, the lace going all the way up for about 3 inches. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Lace going up, and then I just sewed the sides, and then I added a long rib to it after the panel was done, which is a longer in the back. You can see that the rib is longer in the back, shorter in the front, and I made the side slit. So there's that. Very nice. It's very nice. And I used, what yarn did I use for this? I used Universal Yarn Fibra Natura Cobblestone. Fibra Natura Cobblestone, Universal Yarn was this designed in, and a 4mm crochet hook. So I will link that down in my description in case you're interested. I don't show how to do the entire vest, but the arms, there's nothing to the arms. The arms are nothing except 3 rows of single crochet all the way around to give it a little extra something. Same with the neck. Couple rows. Nope, looks like one row, 1 round of single crochet to finish it off. So that's how I made that. Now, my second finished object here is my little Sophie scarf. And you'll notice by looking here, it's like, what's up with the other color here? Well, I did not quite have enough yarn. I lost yarn chicken, and I had to finish it off. I'll take it off. I had to finish it off with my Handspun merino wool. So it's pretty. It kind of fades and everything. It's a little bit thicker and doesn't quite have the drape that this does, because this is almost a 4-weight, as my Handspun Alpaca here is a 3-weight. This was spun up as 100% alpaca. And I got the roving from Rod's Farm Market. You can look them up online, Rod's Farm Market, West Brooklyn, Illinois. They're a local to me shop, and she has just about everything. And she sells alpaca roving because there is a alpaca farm that is only about 7 miles from me called Skaggs. I think it's Skaggs Family Farm. And that's where you get the alpaca. Now, I'm not sure if they sell online or not, but you could look them up. You can check them out and see. I know they're on Facebook, so you could reach out to her there. Very affordable. $12 worth of alpaca roving made this beautiful Sophie scarf, and I used every bit of it. I just didn't quite have enough to finish. But you can see. Yeah, you can tell over here this got more drape. She also puts nylon in this, 10% nylon, which makes it really nice and stretchy. I love that. It was very easy to spin, very easy to spin. I really enjoyed spinning it up. And this down here, this little bit down here, this is merino wool that I had left over from a project I done a couple years ago. I made a vest with merino wool. But I thought I would play around with it here and do a little striping. So anyway, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I'm going to put this back on. The way you wear these is you just, where the little V is, the widest part, I just put that like that, bring it around, and then tie it. And give it a little tug. There we go. Yeah, this has less drape. It's a little bit stiffer than this side, but it's okay. It's all right. I just go with it, so. Or like they say, I just wing it. Oh, so yeah, that's what I finished this week. I get thirsty a lot when I talk. And I also get breathless too, my age, you know, slowing down a little bit. So anyway, what have I got for whips? All right, well, they're all over here. I'm still working on this. This is the My Version Ranunculus. It's getting exciting now. I'm getting the sleeves. I love the color. I love the yarn, but you know what? It's getting towards spring now. And the momentum is probably going to fade. But I've come so far, I really don't want to take this apart or anything like that. So I'm just going to keep working on it. I saw something this morning from MJ's Off the Hook Designs. It was a spring open lace cardigan, and I thought, oh, I want to make that so much. And I have that off-white colored yarn, and I thought, no, you started that ranunculus now. You're going to finish it. But so I've been looking through my stash. I do have some yarn in here, but it's a 4-weight. And I really want to make it. I just don't know what yarn to use, so that's an acquisition. But that's the progress on this. I'm using Yarnsmith's Create. I'm not sure where I put the second all of this. Well, let me pull. Oh, here we go. Yarnsmith's Create double knit. There is a generous 317 yards or 290 meters on here. It's a sport weight, 100% acrylic. This is in the shade Parchment. And I would love to make that cardigan I saw for spring with this. I really am so tempted to do it. I really am so tempted. But I only have 3 of these, and it wouldn't be enough to finish it anyway. No. 3, 6, 9. No, it wouldn't be enough. And the yardage for hers, well, she used, well, in her tutorial, she's using a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook and a 2-weight yarn, which would be a very fine yarn. Not a sock yarn, but just a little thicker than a sock yarn. I am using, I'm thinking about using a sport weight and a 5 millimeter crochet hook. So that could produce enough to do that. But I hate to take this all apart because I really like it. But, you know, when you're the boss and you're the crafter, you can decide what you want to do. So, and I really, right now, am strapped for cash, and I don't want to go buy more yarn. But I may have some. I'll look around. I do have a lot of Drops Cotton Light. I'm looking back here. Remember I was saying, I don't know if you can see, turn you a little bit. There, now you can see the tub in here. I've got a lot of blue, a lot of gray. I'll just have to figure out the yardage, and that could be a great possibility. Yep, that would be nice. That would be lovely, in fact, a navy blue. That would be very nice. I got that on sale last year when they were clearancing it out at Wool Warehouse. It was 90. No. It was 88 cents a ball. There's not much yarn. They're 50-gram balls, but yeah. Not sure the yardage. I'll have to check that out. But I would love to start that. Okay. Yeah. Back to this. I just... Maybe I will take this with me. I wanted to let all of you know that you're going to be missing me for a couple of weeks. Yes, for my birthday this year, my sons bought me a bus ticket, and I am heading down south for a couple weeks where it's warm and sunny. out of Illinois for sure. So you probably won't see me on here for a couple weeks. I will try when I'm on vacation to slip in some, maybe a few YouTube shorts. I will try that. Or perhaps maybe I'll get the time to film one while on vacation. You never know. You never know. It's going to be nice down there at the lake and everything. And I won't tell you exactly where I'm going, but in an area where there's Indian reservations and it's dry, warm, sunny. So yeah. Yeah, so that's my version ranunculus. And I've got the sleeves divided. I started working in the body with this. I have tutorials for this. Just go to my playlist. I did link the first tutorial in my last video. And I am using a size US 8 to knit this with. And with, no, I'm sorry, not an 8. A US 10. US size 10 Chiaogu circular knitting needle. My string's hanging here for the arms. And I've got the first ball almost used. Yeah, all that knitted on the first ball of yarn. So I've got 2 more. So I'm thinking with that plus a little bit, I may have to purchase another ball of that, I'm thinking, because it's probably not going to be enough yarn to finish the sweater. It's going to take more to 4 balls of yarn for sure. But anyway, speaking of yarn, if you have ever worked with James C. Brett yarn, that makes wonderful top-down raglan sweaters, and you only need a little over 2 balls of that. 3 if you are a plus size. And that is a good bargain. The yarn is light. It's a little scratchy, little itchy if you're sensitive. You can throw it, though, in the washing machine and the dryer, and it comes out unshrunken. It even stretches and grows just slightly and softens a little bit. But my recommendations of that yarn would be to wear a t-shirt underneath your sweater, especially, around in here, if you're sensitive. All right, moving on. I did start working with this a little bit again. This is for my son. I did not do any short row shaping, so it's the same in the front and the back. This is an all-around cabled sweater. I may decide to take this one on my trip instead of the ranunculus, because this is something that's a little bit smaller and I haven't got too far on it. I am knitting this on looks like a US 9. I should bring my gauge measure in here. My needle gauge. But I'm using the same yarn. This is Yarn Smith's Create as well. It's a DK weight. Same as the what I'm using for the My Version Ranunculus. I keep saying My Version Ranunculus because it's not a copy of the original Ranunculus by Midori Nirose. I think I pronounced that right. That's a really hard one to pronounce. I could not purchase that pattern, so I had to come up with my own version. That's why I call it My Version Ranunculus. But I'm going to be getting back to this nice all-around cabled. It's going to be a men's sweater. My son likes green. And if he doesn't want it, well, then I'll wear it. I'm going to try to knit all the way up the whole yoke and then measure it on him to see where I need to do for the arms, because I would like to get the yoke finished and divide for the arms and have that divided before I go on my trip, because it's going to be near impossible. You can't try it on when I'm on my trip. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun going somewhere I've never been and somewhere warm. It'll be like summer, and that's going to be amazing. So if you don't see me for a couple weeks, that's where I'm at. And we all need a break from time to time, don't we? Yes. Okay, I made a little progress on my shawl here. Aren't the colors fun on this? They are so much fun on this. I absolutely love it. Love it. I love purple anything. One of my favorite colors. Yep. I love the turquoise blue, the different shades of purple. It's so pretty. Now, what yarn is it? I showed it last time, but I'll show you again. This is Yarn Smith's Play. Over at Wool Warehouse, there are a lot of yards on one of these. There are 393 yards or 360 meters. It's 100% acrylic, sport weight yarn, wash and dry. Wash and dry. Do not iron. Of course, acrylic will melt if you try to iron it. Got a lot of fun colors in there. It's got kind of like a purple gray with gray. There's mauve rose color, purple, and then this turquoisey blue. So very nice. It's nice for making something like this. And this is a granny stripe with a double crochet every 5 or 6 rows. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. I have a long ways to go on it, but that's going to be another project I'm going to be taking with me. There we go. Whoops. Sorry, I bumped the camera. And I need another drink. Excuse me. I get so thirsty when I'm yapping. All right. I have started to make progress on this. Last time I showed you, it was just a wee little collar. I'm going to take off my soapy scarf because I'm going to try this on and you can see it. Oh, let me see where my end is here. Let me pull this out a ways so I don't lose my stitch. I don't have my little clip. But this is going to be a long cardigan sweater for fall. Kind of hard to try on when you've only got a little bit of the arm done. And then it's wanting to not pull down and back, of course. There we go. Might take me a moment here. Bear with me. There. Okay, I'll sit back down. There we are. As you can see, isn't it nice? Wasn't quite sure about this for autumnal colors, but it's okay. I like it. It's stripy. It's got all the colors of fall in there. It will be a long time project, but crochet goes fast. I'm thinking I may finish this by, let me think. We're in March here. I may finish it by the end of April, maybe May. So yeah, it's going to be too warm to wear it then, but that's all right. Hopefully I won't lose my momentum on it because that happens. When it gets to be into spring, the fall projects that I've started kind of tend to languish until August, September. Then I'm going real fast on them to finish. But yeah, because this time of year has got me thinking about summer things, cotton things, you know, summer tops, t-shirts, tank tops, summer lace cardigans. So the cotton would probably be good. Now, I do have another yarn. I'm kind of getting off track. But let me talk about this. My mind sometimes goes in too many directions at once. But this pattern here is by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. I'm not sure which one it was. But it was just a top-down raglan, a cardigan, and I've got the yoke finish. I divided for sleeves here, how she does, and now I'm just going back and forth in the round, making it as long as I want, and then the sleeves will come, and then she does it's going to be kind of overlapped and oversized, which is good, because it overlaps now by about 2 inches, which is perfect. I love that. And it'll have ribbing going all the way around and on the bottom and on the cuffs, long sleeve. I would like to do a belted, well, I would like to do a belt for this too as well, and wear a belt with it. I think it would be nice and cinch it in, but that's my progress. I'm using yarn. Let me get a full one for you because I'm almost out of the first one. That's right, I've only used one ball, and look how much yardage it got. And this is all, I used her idea and her pattern, yes, but instead of using her stitch pattern, I just used a double crochet. I just wanted it very simple. So I just making this all in double crochet. And this is one ball of Yarnsmith's Play. Same yarn brand as this. This just has a different label. They've changed their labels. Yarnsmith's Play. Like I said before, there's 393 yards, almost 400 yards on one of these. This is the autumnal shade. If it's got a name, I don't think it has a name, no. It is shade 1F, as in Frank, 009. Dye lot number 14. What's my dye lot? Yes, I got all the same dye lot. So there, that is very pretty, isn't it? It's got gold and rich red, some kind of rosy color, greens, browns, all alike. So, yep. I bought, how many of these? Seven of these. So I have plenty of yardage. Hopefully enough to finish it as long as I want. I thought about something different with it, and I will tell you in just a moment here. I have to make sure I don't tangle myself, because I tend to do that, which I did. There we go. I was sitting on my yarn. So this is all double crochet. No, I thought for fun, maybe, I don't know, about taking another color of the Yarnsmiths and doing a coordinating color for the rib band and the cuffs. And I have a lot of this. So much of this. I have enough to finish his sweater plus more. I've got like 9 of these. So that would be nice. I don't know how that would look compared to that. Oh, I think it would be quite nice. What do you think? What's your opinion? Something just fell in the basement. Something fell in the basement. I better check that out in a few minutes. But I think that'll go along great. It almost matches the green that's in here. So, yeah. I may do that for fun. But that's my progress. It'll be a nice project to take on my trip. Yep. Because you don't have to think about it. And the hook, I almost forgot to tell you the hook size. The hook size I am crocheting on that is a 5mm crochet hook, my favorite one, the one I use the most. Yep. Okay, I think that's just about everything. Yes, it is. Okay, well, this is almost 30 minutes long anyway, so I'm too far back. I'm so far back, I can't hit the stop button. Anyway, all of you take care, and I hope you have a wonderful week. I will be back in, you probably won't see me until the first week in April, possibly. If I get time to film, I will get time to film. If not, I will be back in April. So, all with that being said, all of you take care, and you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in a while. And I'll tell you all about my vacation when I return. So have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back again later. Bye, friends.